Hello YouTube! This one is going to be a fun one. If you saw me in the last episode, I made a test bench for these pumps. I think it's a P-tape pump from Bosch. And I have bought a service kit for it. This kit is from Diesel Pump UK. I am not affiliated in a way. It's just that they are the only one who sells them like this. So if Dieselmeken or Herlev or Black Smoke would sell the pump elements, I would try them too, of course. But so far, Diesel Pump UK is the only one stepping up to the plate and just letting people buy their pump elements. The kit comes with gaskets, front and back. I think there is a rebuild kit for the pump here too. And this is the crown jewel of it all. It's the pump elements. I think these ones are 7.5 millimeters. No, they are 7.7 millimeters. I don't think that last 0.2 millimeters actually differs. It's just that they don't want to be on the same as other one who sells them. They want to go a little bit higher, just as a sales argument, I would think. So we're going to switch out these ones in this pump. So with no further ado, let's get at it.
down lamplight streets, eyes on rooftop peaks. Oh, we can see all the evening things, shadows grow and see. Oh, and I finally know the truth I've always been told. The night will show all the dreams in the evening glow.
Yeah. There. Now I have test run this one about 10 times, and you saw it was a big splatter. This one on the original was no problem at all, but with moving a lot more fuel, there's a lot of splashback. And I did fiddle around and trying to put something inside that would dampen this one a little bit, and didn't work out. I think ideally I should have probably tested ping pong balls, the float inside here, and just dampen so it doesn't splash up. Secondly, one droplet of water, and I think this is kind of the same viscosity. One droplet is 0.05 milliliter, so I have to miss out 20 droplets to miss out 1 milliliter on this measuring cup. So it's not super important. I don't like it, but it's not super accurate anyhow. And the little bit worrying thing is it doesn't flow as much as I thought it would. If I just put it on the lever here, it flowed about 105 milliliters at 1000 strokes. And if I do it like this and I move with the finger a little bit more, I could get it up to about almost 130 milliliters. And then the rack travel here, this one bumps into the housing here, so I don't think I actually can get it to move any more fuel than 130 milliliters, which is a lot, but I actually thought that 7.7 millimeter plungers would be able to flow even more. So maybe it's my measuring technique that's not good enough, and it doesn't really matter. They are even. So if I run it 1000 strokes and I do something wrong, at least I run every single one of these the same. So the most important for me is even, not the amount of fuel it flows, plus minus. So it's not super important. I am going to put in a smoke reducing device on this one too. Where did I put that one down? So here it is. This one was included in the kit. So the idea here is this one will be mounted here, and this one will act on the stop lever. And these injection pumps come with a safety feature. It's not electronic in any way. Diesel engine is not electronic in any way either. So if the throttle pedal would stick at not full load, half load, whatever, this stop lever and this vacuum lever here are overriding. So if we look here, full fuel delivery, and I've touched this one, it moves back, so it stops the engine, and that's a safety feature. But what you can do here is, let's say we are going half the amount here, and I move down the lever, there it stops. All of a sudden I just have this amount of travel on the gas pedal. And if you use this kit, you can manipulate the amount of throw on the gas pedal. And so if we are going to adjust this one, so as is, without any hookup here, we should flow about 45 milliliters here. And at whatever I want to tell this one, maybe 2 bars, I should flow all the way. So this one, when it flows, it moves back and it moves forward and don't allow the stop lever to move as much. So we're going to mount this one and trim it into 45 milliliters here, and then we're done. Way too much. Man, that was a fun one. As you saw me at the first test run, I tested at full load. I was very interested to see how much it would flow, and this setup, homemade stuff, has its drawbacks there. It was way too much splash from it, so I think actually ping pong balls inside of the measuring tubes would counteract that one. Something that flows along and just redirects the splash. So I'm going to try that later on, but I'm not super interested in that. If I would sell pumps or such, of course you want to know the flow rate at maximum, but the most interesting thing for me right now is to make them go even. And I noticed I slowed down this one to 8.8 Hertz instead and run it for 2 minutes to get 1,000 strokes out of it. And it was way less splash and worked way better. And even better was when I put in this one, the smoke reducer. When I not on turbo boost, this one makes sure that I don't deliver too much fuel to the engine, and it reduces the black smoke. But more interestingly for me is it reduces the stress on the engine, because that black smoke equals big heat, very warm inside the engine, and that it burns up the glow plugs to begin with, but it crashes the engine soon enough. So this one is a given for me to have on this if I'm going to use it. Besides that, don't know if you can see, this is one of the old plungers, and the way this one works, I don't know if it goes outside of Sweden, but mopeds in Sweden, you can drive them from 15 years old and the maximum can run 30 kilometers per hour, and I'm a dinosaur there are 45, there are different kinds of, but when I grew up this was one moped and it was a 31, and the things people did, the one who drove it, was to jacka kolven. They put a notch in the piston, and since it was a two-stroke engine, that notch meant that it was sucking in air and fuel mixture for a longer time on the downstroke on the two-stroke engine, and that went down in the crankcase, up again, and on the upper side of the cylinder, and up and bang, explosion. So one way to make them go faster and get stronger was to just make a notch in the piston. And if you have done that, this one is working the similar way. imagine if you have two-stroke engine and you do that notch we talked about, and also you can rotate the piston. So if the police or you want it to go legal, you just rotate the piston a little bit so that notch is not in the center of the intake anymore. Then it's stock. It runs slow again and everything. And when you want it to go faster, you rotate it back again. Then you get more fuel and air inside. This one works at the same principle. When you move this one up, if you move this one up, you put in, so you get more notch away from so you get more fuel in. And my theory here is if I can make this one work at a low fuel on this setting, it should be good on the upper side too. If it's not good on the upper side, these notches here, the helix, can't be right, and then I can't fix it anyhow, because if I fix so it works on the high flow, it won't work on low flow, and I want both. So one trick to this one might be that I have to settle to just flow a very little bit when I adjust it in, and then if I want to just to see how much it flow in the end, I can make a mess inside of here and just flow away. I'm going to try those ping pong balls. So that's it. Very fun project, I must say, and run super smoothly and everything. I got another pump too. This one is still original, so if I get another set of plungers, I'm a little bit curious on this one, because at most I got 130 milliliters out of this crude machine. So I'm a little bit curious on 7.7 millimeter. Of course, I haven't, maybe there are some more adjustments I didn't get, but I did get maximum rack travel. So this one was touching this, so it should be maximum. Maybe someone else can tell me how you can differ that even more. So I would be interested to try a second kind of plunger in this one and just compare them. Maybe a 6 millimeter, a smaller one. So that's interesting and good. This one is going to a summer project, not a summer car. So I'm a bit stoked about that too. So you'll see this summer if I got the money and everything to make it happen. So I don't think I got any more on that one. So thanks for watching. And the machine, if you haven't seen it, I think it's up in the corner somewhere here at the end of the video when I make the machine, and just test run original pumps on it. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.